Hi guys, it's Claudia with Cabin Talk, and today I wanted to come on because I really have an important message for everybody to hear, I hope. Um, there was a clairvoyant in Germany, a seer, and he died in 1959, I believe. Was born 1890 or so, and he did very specific he said very specific things that are going to happen in a time when people look at a little box the size of a cigarette pack to tell them everything, when people start paying with a cardboard box or a credit card. And anyway, so he was saying very specific things. And now with Russia sort of threatening the West, that was the other thing. So I'm just going to tell you what he said, because I feel this is so important to get out, because otherwise, if you don't have this information and he was right, then there wouldn't be much left of everybody. So I just want to tell you what I know, and I've watched so much footage and have read so many things that he wrote in the last months that, or in the last years actually, but really more so in the last months. And I just want to convey the bullet points. You can look him up yourself. His name is Alois Edelmeier. I'll put the name in the description of the video so you have that. He said that Paris will be burned to the ground by its own people. He said that Russia will invade Germany basically overnight. It goes very fast. It goes during a time when the spring was unseasonably warm. So it would be during a very early spring, very early summer. And it would be when the grain is already standing, so June, July, something like that. He also said that when that happens, there are many other things happening sort of simultaneously. He said that there will be a huge fountain of water, some kind of bomb going off probably below England in the ocean, and half of England, the southern half of England, will go into the ground, and only the mountaintops of England will still be visible. He also said that, what else did he say? He said that there will be drones, basically, and at that time he didn't know drones, but he said airplanes without men would come from the south, so from Africa and Arabia, and thousands of them, and they would spray something basically along the border of Germany and the Eastern world. And it's a yellow powder, and anybody who steps over it will die. And it's a whole line that is being sprayed by those drones. And the Russians that are already on the German side will have no way back, and nobody else will be able to come across. He also said that they are revving up the talk basically about nuclear war, but before that could happen, there will be 3 days of darkness, and there's some dust in the air, which it's not from a volcano because it only lasts 3 days. And he said he doesn't know where it's from, but it lasts 3 days, and anybody who breathes in the dust will die. So that people should stay in their houses, and they should not leave their houses, and they should block out their windows. They will only have candlelight, and there will be 3 days of darkness. And after 3 days, there will be more people dead than in all wars combined. So when that happens, do not go outside. And I believe it might be later this year, because he said he sees snow on the mountaintops, but in the valley it's still no snow. And that is in the whole northern hemisphere, basically. So it's not isolated to Europe. It's in the US. It's in the whole northern hemisphere where that dust will be. He said anything in glass jars will be perished, and anything in cans will be still good. In tin cans, he said, will still be good, and dry goods will be good. So dry rice, beans, anything like that. And after that, he said there will be a time of hardship because people won't have enough food and those kind of things for a little while. But then it will really switch to the golden age, and there will be lots of space, and you know, people will live very simply again, but happy. And what else, honey, did he say? Did I forget something? Yeah, I have that, the 3 days. And I think that's about it. I don't know what you're going to do with that information, but if that happens with the 3 days of darkness, just do not go out for any reason. He said people will knock on the door and will be wailing and crying, and if you open the door, everybody inside the house will also die. And to block out your windows, if possible, with black paper. And I think that's the gist of it. So I think all of this now with Russia and this whole thing revving up, I think it's just something that I feel everybody should know. And there are many seers around the world, and what they all agreed on is 3 days of darkness, that is coming. So I think it's this year. It could be a different year, but my feeling is it's this year. And so I just would urge you, whenever that happens, not to go outside, no matter what. Like, do not go outside. And I also urge you, as I always do, and as I have been doing for years now, to prepare and have some food at home, and have dry goods, and have some canned food, and have some staples, and have some basic things, have gardening tools, you know, have some basic knowledge. I will make another video on books, what books I find essential to have. And I mean books in your hand, not a Kindle, because if the power goes up, what are you going to do with your Kindle? So I'm going to make a video about what books, I'm going to make a video about what gardening tools. I'm going to make most of my videos from here on out will be about how to prepare when the lights go out. And I feel that's what I need to do for all of you. And maybe you rather have me screaming about politics, but I don't want to do that. So I really want to talk about what could be helpful to you in a time of need. And that's basically it. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.